So this is my book of ideas that I draw in at night when I come up with something, and this is the character that we're going to be focusing on for today. I'm also now uploading YouTube shorts on my second channel, so please make sure you subscribe to that channel. Check it out in the description below. I promise you my shorts are going to be really freaking cool and also extremely consistent because it's one of my favorite things to film for like a year now. Like, I love doing those types of videos already. So I already have so many to post. After doing 7 weeks of bald caps, I cannot express to you how happy I am to be doing this series not in bald caps. I'm starting off by putting significantly too much foundation on my face. But because I had so much, I needed to put foundation on my neck, my chest, and my shoulders anyways. Also, quick shout out to Hydromaniac from Urban Decay. I have been using this foundation non-stop since they sent it to me a few weeks ago, I think. To be fair, I still need to really get a grip on how much to use because you just use a little bit and it spreads very far. Mixing together red and white body paints, I made myself a very light pink. I need to do a video like soon on how to mix your paints because I know I've been getting a lot of questions on how to mix your paints since I came out with my own line. But for now, do not fear mixing your paints. You will not ruin them. If you get a different color on the top of your paint, just wipe it off using water. I then continued this light pink mixture down my chest, also mixing in the color Yeti at the very bottom, and I tried originally to just swipe some different colored pinks on to make it look more feathery underneath. I ended up not needing to do this at all. Using pink eyeshadow, I'm then outlining where I want all of my feathers to go. Right now they're just going to be a bunch of triangles until we can actually fill them in. Using a reference of a flamingo feather off of Google, we're going to try to get it as close as possible, although I already know that I'm probably going to make them a little bit brighter. Using pink eyeshadow, I'm then beginning to fill them in by outlining all of them and making them fluffy. Continuing to use the same pink eyeshadow, this is where it might get a little confusing, so try to keep in mind the general shape that you've already created. I'm then going in and filling in the center of the feathers, but I'm not filling them in entirely, only in small patches. This is to get different variations of color throughout each feather. Using an even darker pink eyeshadow, I then went back in and started to separate them more so for my own brain because it just looked like a big blob when I was looking at it on my chest. But I ended up needing to separate them anyway, so it worked out. I did not add this darker color to every feather, just different patches. I'm going back in using the Madeyewlook detail brush and just separating the feathers even more. Gradually, I'm adding more and more of the Madeyewlook body paints in the color Yeti, just to highlight the feathers in some spots and make them pop. Using orange body paint and Yeti, I mixed together a very light creamsicle color, since flamingo feathers can sometimes have a peachy look to them. Go ahead and prime your eyes. Using white eyeshadow, I'm then applying that to my entire lid using the Madeyewlook double-ended fluffy eyeshadow brush. And for this flamingo look, you guessed it, we're filling in our eyebrows black. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? My love for black eyebrows and I have been reunited. Now I always do a cat eyeliner, but I wanted to make sure I kept my eyes very angular to reference the beak of the flamingo. A little bit of L'Exorcist. Using white body paints, I then applied it to my lids, again keeping everything very angular, and set it using white eyeshadow. Yes, it did go over my eyeliner, and yes, I did redo my eyeliner. And just to clean up that top shape, I went back and used Yeti again. To get a very bright inner corner, I went in using NYX White Eyeliner Pencil, the brightest white eyeliner I think I've ever seen in my life. Fill in your lips black, and whenever I'm doing beauty looks that involve a darker lip, I always like to have a little bit of a Joker edge. I just love the way that it looks. I like the way it looks on my face shape, but for the flamingo, it also kind of references a beak. I then applied white eyeshadow as a highlight, pretty much all over my face. Like a lot of it. Like a lot. And if you're seeing this video as the very first video in this series, make sure you go and check out the popcorn video that I posted right before this one. Well, not right before, last week. I'll put a link for it in the corner.